Hi, Jane from Sustain My Craft Habit here. With spring just around the corner, we have flowers on our mind. So as part of this year's Spring DIY and Home Decor Challenge hosted by Christina at the DIY Mummy, I'm going to show you how to arrange this beautiful farmhouse inspired centerpiece or spring decor. This piece has lots of lovely pinks and whites and peaches, so it'll be perfect for spring but also look amazing all through the summer. Let's get started. To make this floral centerpiece, you'll need a wood toolbox. We bought one and then painted it with Decor chalky finish paint and lace. A selection of florals, faux florals, some clippers or pliers to snip the long wire ends of the florals with, some foam craft blocks or floral blocks, and a knife to cut it with. I really wanted a nice fresh springtime centerpiece now that'll be great for Easter. So I picked colors that are pastel, light, peachy, pinks, and whites. And I selected a bunch of large blooms. These are gorgeous peonies, and that'll be kind of the focal point of the arrangement. Then I coordinated them with these little roses, which have similar tones of pinks and some yellows to go along with the peonies, as well as some filler flower picks, such as these light pink ones and a few grasses. So this will be right in the middle just to give it a little bit of height and different textures, right? So you have these really fluffy ones and these are more spiky. This is very detailed, like small textures. So you want to pick a mix. Now I also picked these really fuchsia bright pink tulips, which are great now for the spring, and they kind of add a bit of depth to the arrangement. But the nice thing is that after spring, if I want a different look, and I was hoping to keep this arrangement all through the summer, I can just take out the tulips and switch them up for even a different colored, more summer flower. So that was the goal. The picks come with very long stems, so you want to start by trimming them. When I assemble my arrangement, as you'll see, in the next segment, I'm just going to kind of arrange it all to see how I like it. I actually want the flowers to be quite low. So you can make this arrangement to be very tall, very bushy, but I quite like the toolbox, and that was the reason why I bought this. So I kind of want that to be viewable, and we'll keep the flowers to have a low profile so that will still be seen. For these particular picks, this one had, like 6 or 7 stems on them. You just need a good pair of pliers to separate them. And then this is what we'll be working with to make the arrangement. We'll probably even need to cut them shorter because, as I mentioned, I want the profile to be quite low on this centerpiece. Okay, so I like to just kind of make the arrangement very loosely to decide where my flowers are going to go. I haven't yet affixed them into the toolbox. I've just kind of set them in to know that I want how I want it all arranged. So I liked kind of putting 2 of the bigger flowers on either side. We have some of the greens in the center, and then these roses to balance it out. And I'm going to see where we'll put in the darker pink once it's all assembled, but we've just kind of tucked them in to here for now. So I'm going to take everything out and assemble the styrofoam blocks inside next.
To go?
Yep, let's take them out right now. These are just floral styrofoam blocks. You can buy them for dry or for wet foam. Wet foam is for fresh flowers, so we didn't need that. I just needed the dry ones. And I want the foam to sit into the slots quite tightly so that the flowers don't jiggle around. And so I'm going to just measure and cut the foam down to size.
done?
Almost.
Almost?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Thank you. Good job, Ethan.
Mama, up, up,
There we
up,
go.
up. Mama, up.
Okay, so now be able to just tuck that in. So there we go. So I'm going to now fill in the rest of the slots as well. So now that I have my foam blocks tightly inserted inside, I'm ready to start assembling the flowers. I've actually trimmed them quite a bit with my pliers so that they will, as I mentioned before, sit nice and low profile. I'm going to start with the green spiky grass, and we'll put it kind of spread it out on either side around the handle, and I'll just push it down into the craft foam. And this now helps it to stand up and stay in place. I'll do the same thing on this side to give it a bit of balance. And the nice thing about this type of arrangement is that you can always move things around later. It's not glued in place. Next, I'm going to go with my focal flowers. So this one is the nice peachy one, and I want him kind of the center of attention. So he's gonna go right there. Nice and low. Actually, I feel like he may be even a little bit too high, so I'm going to trim him a bit. Okay, now we will put in one of the white guys over here. Spread around the grass a bit. I will put this one in the back. Next, I'll try to balance where I need some of the larger rose picks. So in here, there's a bit of a gap. As well as on this side, we'll pick the larger bunch. Always keep in mind that you can remove leaves on many of these picks to make them easier to insert into the arrangement. I feel like I need a little bit more in there. I feel like my peony kind of got lost in there, so I'm going to raise her up a little bit. Tuck some of the grass around. This bundle feels a little bit too tall. I'm going to separate him. Finally, now I'm going to take my tulips and tuck them in sparsely, just every now and there, to give a little bit of depth. Now is the perfect time to take a step back and see if anything is missing. I think there's a little spot in here that could use a little bit of roses. So there you have it. I'm pretty happy with this. I may just go around now and fill in some of the gaps down here with any bits of greenery that I have left over. So there you have it, a beautiful floral arrangement for your centerpiece or just to put on your coffee table for the spring. Please be sure to check out all the amazing spring DIY and home decor ideas as part of this challenge hosted by the DIY Mommy in the playlist. And if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Bye. Making a centerpiece with flowers.
Oh, look at that.
That's a knife and pliers.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, yes.